One of nature's brightest creatures is also one of its deadliest. Hidden deep in South America's rainforests, the blue poison dart frog does not hunt. Its dazzling skin warns every predator that touching it could mean instant death. Scientists know their colors are not just a warning. They are a promise backed by toxins potent enough to paralyze or kill in minutes. But how did such a tiny, beautiful animal become one of the world's most efficient chemical killers? The reality behind this frog's survival strategy is more extraordinary and more dangerous than anyone expected. The answer starts with the secrets in its skin. Blue poison dart frogs belong to a remarkable group of amphibians known for both their vivid color and their potent chemical defenses. Scientists classify this animal as Dendrobates tinctorius azureus, a distinct blue morph of the dying poison dart frog rather than a separate species. This precision in naming reflects decades of fieldwork and genetic study, revealing that what looks like a unique species is actually a dazzling variation within a broader family. These frogs are found in only a handful of isolated patches within the Sipaliwini savanna of southern Suriname, with a narrow extension into northern Brazil. Their entire known range is measured in just a few square kilometers, tiny islands of rainforest surrounded by open grassland. The frog's world is humid and shadowy, marked by mossy rocks, tangled roots, and the constant drip of water. Here, they thrive in temperatures between 20 and 27 degrees Celsius, rarely venturing far from the forest floor except to climb low branches or seek out crevices near streams. An adult blue poison dart frog measures just 3 to 5 centimeters in length, weighing about 5 grams, small enough to balance on a single leaf, yet unmistakable in appearance. Their skin is a deep electric blue, patterned with irregular black spots, unique to each individual, almost like fingerprints. This blue is more than just beautiful. It is a product of natural selection, honed by the pressures of a challenging environment. In these remote forest islands, the frog's survival depends on being seen and remembered by every would-be predator. Despite their limited range, blue poison dart frogs have become a symbol of the South American rainforest's hidden complexity. Their presence signals a delicate balance, one where rarity, beauty, and danger are inseparable. The story of their chemistry and how it shapes every aspect of their lives begins in this secluded corner of the world. Lethal chemistry runs just beneath the skin of the blue poison dart frog. These frogs are armed with a cocktail of alkaloid toxins, the most prominent being pumiliotoxins, a class of molecules that evolved as a shield against predators. When a would-be attacker makes contact, these toxins are immediately absorbed through mucous membranes or skin, entering the bloodstream with alarming speed. The real danger lies in how pumiliotoxins disrupt the body's electrical signals. By binding to sodium and potassium ion channels on nerve and muscle cells, they block the normal flow of ions that controls everything from heartbeat to muscle contraction. Even a trace amount can trigger numbness, spasms, or paralysis in small animals, and the effects are rapid. No antidote exists. The only defense is to avoid exposure. Researchers have traced the source of these alkaloids to the frog's diet. Wild blue poison dart frogs feed on tiny ants, mites, and beetles that manufacture these chemicals as their own defense. The frogs accumulate pumiliotoxins in specialized skin glands, storing them at concentrations high enough to cause severe symptoms in much larger animals. Unlike their predators, the frogs themselves remain unharmed. Genetic studies show mutations in their ion channel proteins, granting them resistance and self-immunity to the very toxins that make them so dangerous. This rare evolutionary solution allows the frogs to weaponize their meals while avoiding self-poisoning. The potency of these alkaloids is not just a matter of folklore. Laboratory studies confirm that pumiliotoxins can cause paralysis by interfering with voltage-gated sodium channels, a mechanism shared with some of the world's most dangerous neurotoxins. However, unlike the golden poison frog's batrachotoxin, pumiliotoxins are less likely to be fatal to humans from brief skin contact, but they are still powerful enough to demand extreme caution. Researchers always use gloves and tools when handling wild specimens because of the risk of accidental absorption. On screen, citations reference peer-reviewed studies of ion channel disruption and comparative pharmacology, underscoring the scientific basis for this frog's deadly reputation. Toxicologists often point to the blue poison dart frog as a textbook example of chemical defense, but its reputation is best understood in comparison to its infamous cousin, the golden poison frog. While both species measure just a few centimeters in length and weigh less than a handful of coins, their chemical arsenals are fundamentally different. The blue poison dart frog, Dendrobates tinctorius azureus, loads its skin with pumiliotoxins, alkaloids that disrupt sodium and potassium channels in nerve and muscle cells. These toxins can cause temporary paralysis or severe muscle spasms in small predators, but their effects on humans are typically limited to numbness or tingling after brief contact. No human fatalities have been confirmed, and the actual danger depends heavily on the frog's diet and the concentration of toxins in its skin. In contrast, the golden poison frog, Philobates terribilis, carries batrachotoxin, a steroidal alkaloid, with a potency that far surpasses pumiliotoxins. Just 0.1 microgram of batrachotoxin per kilogram of body weight is enough to kill a mouse, and a single wild golden poison frog holds enough toxin to be fatal to 10 adult humans. The mechanism is brutal. Batrachotoxin locks sodium channels open, causing irreversible nerve and muscle failure. Unlike the blue frog, the golden's poison is reliably lethal, and its effects are permanent without immediate medical intervention. No published studies have pinned down a precise LD50 for the blue frog's pumiliotoxins. Most reports describe their effects as potent but reversible. Researchers handle both species with gloves and extreme care, and the golden poison frog is treated with a level of caution reserved for the world's deadliest animals. Side by side, the blue's vivid warning colors signal danger, but its chemical threat, while impressive, is a deterrent rather than a death sentence. The golden poison frog's reputation as the most toxic vertebrate on Earth is supported by hard data, and for the blue, its greatest weapon may be the illusion of invincibility. Predators in the Surinamese rainforest learn quickly that the blue poison dart frog is off-limits. That electric blue skin is not camouflage. It is a warning honed by millions of years of survival. In biology, this is called aposematism, a visual signal that says in no uncertain terms, danger lives here. Field experiments back this up. Herpetologists placed hundreds of clay frog models, some painted with the blue and black patterns of Dendrobates tinctorius azureus, and others painted in dull brown across the forest floor. The results are clear. Birds and mammals attack the cryptic models far more often, while the blue models are left untouched. The lesson is not lost on predators. Bright color means a mouthful of misery. The intensity of that blue is not just for show. Chemical analysis using gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, reveals a clear link between color and toxicity. Frogs with the deepest, most saturated color also carry the highest concentrations of alkaloid toxins in their skin. In the wild, a more vivid blue signals to would-be attackers that this frog is not only easy to spot, but also the most dangerous. It is a high-stakes bluff that only works because the threat is real. If a predator ignores the warning, it pays the price with numbness, convulsions, or worse. This color to toxicity link is not unique to blue poison dart frogs. Across the dendrobatid family, reds, yellows, and greens all tell the same story. The brighter the frog, the more potent the chemical arsenal. But in the isolated forest islands of Suriname, where resources are scarce and predators are always searching for their next meal, the blue morph has taken this evolutionary arms race to a new level. The message is simple, yet effective. Remember the blue and remember the pain. The survival of the species depends on it. In the wild, the blue poison dart frog's arsenal is build one meal at a time. Every trace of Plumelia toxin in its skin can be traced back to the rainforest floor, where these frogs hunt for ants, mites, and beetles. These tiny arthropods are more than just food. They are living chemical factories, producing defensive alkaloids that would be toxic to most predators. When the frog consumes them, it does not destroy these compounds. Instead, the toxins pass through the digestive system, are absorbed, and then transported to specialized skin glands, where they accumulate over time. Chemistry and prey analyses confirm this pathway. Chemical analysis of wild-caught frogs and their prey reveals a striking match. Gas chromatography and mass spectrometry have identified the same Plumelia toxins and related alkaloids in both the insects and the frog's skin. Some of the most potent compounds, like PTX251D, are found in high concentrations in ants and mites from the frog's home range. When these prey species are abundant, the frog's chemical defenses are at their strongest. Seasonal shifts in prey availability can even cause measurable changes in a frog's toxicity, proof that the ecosystem itself shapes the frog's arsenal. Captive breeding specialists have confirmed this connection through controlled diets. Frogs raised in captivity on standard fare, like fruit flies and crickets, gradually lose their toxicity and often lose the intensity of their blue coloration. Without access to the right wild arthropods, their skin becomes harmless to predators and safe for human handling. This transformation is not just theoretical. Chromatograms from captive frogs show a near-complete absence of the alkaloids that define their wild counterparts. The blue poison dart frog's reputation as a rainforest killer depends entirely on the chemistry of its prey, making it a living connection between the micro-world of leaf litter insects and the larger drama of survival in the jungle. In the rainforests of southern Suriname, the blue poison dart frog is known to the Tirio people as Oko Pi Pai. This name, passed down through generations, reflects a long-standing awareness of the frog's presence and its remarkable qualities. The stories of other parts of South America describe hunters coating blow dart tips with deadly frog poisons, but no such tradition is confirmed for the blue morph in Suriname. Instead, local knowledge is shaped by careful observation and a deep respect for the living forest. The Tirio, like their neighbors, the Wayana, have always recognized the power of certain animals and plants. For hunting, they often turn to plant-based poisons, such as curare, drawn from jungle vines. The blue frog's warning colors and secretive habits are seen as a sign this is a creature to be respected, not harvested. Ethnobiologists working in the region emphasize the importance of informed consent and cultural attribution. When researchers ask about the frog, elders sometimes share stories or names, but rarely details of use. The absence of blow dart hunting with blue poison dart frog toxins is not simply a gap in the record, it is a reflection of local choices and ecological knowledge. In these communities, the boundaries between danger and medicine, between respect and use, are drawn with care. The frog's reputation travels ahead of it, a living warning that needs no demonstration. Today, the blue poison dart frog stands as both a scientific marvel and a cultural symbol. Its role in local life is subtle, woven into language and memory rather than ritual or daily practice. The frog's survival depends not only on its chemical defenses, but also on the respect shown by those who share its forest home. For indigenous communities, the presence of Oko Pai Pai is a reminder that the rainforest holds both beauty and power. These are lessons learned not from hunting, but from living alongside one of nature's most colorful creatures. No confirmed human poisonings have ever been recorded from the blue poison dart frog. Still, handling protocols remain strict. In the field, researchers wear nitrile or latex gloves and avoid direct contact with the frog's skin. Even a brief touch can transfer trace amounts of alkaloid toxins, which are absorbed through human skin more easily in humid rainforest conditions. The most common symptoms reported from accidental exposure are numbness or tingling in the fingers, sometimes spreading up the arm. In rare cases, more severe reactions like muscle weakness or dizziness have been described after handling wild poison dart frogs without protection. Because there is no antidote for these skin alkaloids, safety checklists emphasize immediate washing with soap and water if contact occurs, followed by supportive care for any neurological symptoms. Field teams carry basic first aid supplies, and medical intervention focuses on monitoring heart rate and breathing, since the toxins can, in theory, disrupt cardiovascular function if absorbed in high enough doses. Gloves, forceps, and disposable containers are the norm for any biological sampling or relocation. These guidelines are enforced not only by institutional review boards, but also by the governments of Suriname and Brazil, where access to frog habitats is tightly controlled. Captive blue poison dart frogs, raised on non-toxic diets, present little risk and are handled routinely in zoos and laboratories. Still, the wild frog's reputation as a carrier of potent chemical defenses ensures that caution prevails. The absence of documented incidents is a testament to these protocols and a reminder that, in the world of poison dart frogs, prevention is the only effective cure. Isolation has shaped the blue poison dart frog story for millions of years. Genetic studies trace their lineage to a time when dense rainforest blanketed what is now the Sipaliwini savanna. As the climate shifted and grasslands expanded, small pockets of forest became islands, and the ancestors of Dendrobates tinctorius azureus found themselves cut off from other populations. This separation sparked a cascade of adaptations: brighter blue skin, more potent alkaloid defenses, and a survival strategy tailored to the unique pressures of their shrinking world. A timeline of dendrobatid evolution reveals that the family's dramatic radiation began in the Miocene, about 20 million years ago. But the morph we know as blue emerged far more recently, driven by isolation and the relentless push to stand out in a landscape where danger lurks at every turn. Yet the same forces that honed the frog's defenses now threaten its future. Habitat loss from logging, fire, and illegal collection for the pet trade continues to shrink the already tiny range of the blue poison dart frog. Conservationists warn that even minor disruptions can have outsized effects on such a narrowly distributed animal. Field herpetologists, often working under strict permit systems, document population changes and habitat quality, mapping the frog's strongholds and vulnerabilities on evolving distribution charts. Protecting this habitat is urgent because the species is fragile. While the wild faces uncertainty, the frog's chemistry has sparked hope in unexpected places. Pharmacology researchers are studying the structure of toxins, searching for new ways to harness their ability to modulate nerve signals. Early-stage drug development efforts focus on analogs of these alkaloids, aiming to create non-opioid painkillers that could one day help millions. Each molecule, once a weapon in an evolutionary arms race, is now a blueprint for medicine. The blue poison dart frog stands at a crossroads, its survival tied to the fate of the rainforest, its poisons offering a future where nature's most colorful killer becomes a force for healing. In a world where color often means survival, the blue poison dart frog's brilliance is no accident. Its evolution on display. As rainforests shrink and species vanish, their warning grows louder. Losing them means losing chemical secrets that could reshape medicine. Nature's deadliest beauty isn't just a marvel, it's a vital clue to our own future. Thanks for exploring nature's wonders with us.